Welcome to Small Arms Solutions. Today we have our first Walther pistol. I've had great difficulty getting pistols from Walther, and I'm very fortunate because a gentleman named Brandon from the gun room here in Texas has been generous enough to loan me several weapons out of his collection, and this was one of them. Brandon has been very, very good to our channel, and I want to give a call out to him and tell him thank you. Now, the pistol that we have here is called the Walther CCP. This is a very unique pistol because of its operating system. This has the same kind of a gas operating system as the HK P7 series does. It is a gas-operated pistol. Now, it's very, very rare. Again, the only pistols that I know of right now that have been in production have only been the HK P7 and this particular one. What that does is it gives you a little bit better recoil and gives you more of a pushback than the snap upward that you would normally get from a Browning-type locking mechanism with it coming straight back. And there are some benefits when it comes to recoil, but there are also some setbacks because of heat. This one here uses a polymer frame, so the heat problem is not nearly as existent as it was with the P7 series. Now, the Maus CCP is a 9x19mm caliber. It weighs 22.3 ounces. It has an overall length of 6.4 inches and a barrel length of 3.5 inches. It has a width of 1.2 inches. It features from a single column 8+1 magazine. A trigger pull is about 5.5 pounds. We do have a manual safety that can be engaged on this, or you can carry safety on, safety off. The sights are a little bit harder to see due to the fact that you have two white dots in here, neither one of them which are very, very bright, so you're not really able to see them as well. Now, unlike the P7 M8, this does not have a fluted chamber. The fluted chamber was put on as a reliability enhancement for the system to aid in extraction. So, again, 8-round single column 9mm magazine. We do have a 1913 rail in the front. We do have some finger grooves. Now, I will say it is a decent feel to it. Even with my bigger hands, I do lose quite a bit of it. It's because I have larger hands, but someone with human-sized hands would like it. Now, the pistol has had, it's been well received. However, there's a really big complaint with it. And the complaint was how you disassemble it. It can be a little bit tricky. I didn't really have a problem with it, but there's a lot of people who do for disassembly. And as you can see, there's a little tab on here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and disassemble this. So we're going to remove the magazine. We're going to double check again and make sure that it's empty. And we're going to take our tool. It does come with a tool as well, but I'm just going to use a direct punch. Everybody's always asking me what this tool is. This tool is what I use for disassembly and for many other things. This is strictly designed for an AR-15M16 type rifle. There's a link in the description box where you can find this. Then I pull the top off, and as you can see, just like the HK P7, and then we can remove the firing pin, spring, and rear. What we see here is the piston rod itself. And in the barrel, the expansion chamber is right below. So basically when this thing fires, what it does, the slide is closed by the force of the recoil spring. The pistol fires, the bullet just starts to move, and just as the bullet moves, the gas goes down into this chamber. And what it does is it keeps this piston in a forward position. And then as soon as the bullet leaves the barrel, the pressures drop. The pressures drop back in that piston chamber, and now the slide is able to go backward to extract and eject. Now, unlike the P7 M8 or P7 series, you can use lead in this one. The reason why you couldn't use lead ammunition in the original HK ones is because it was a polygon barrel. This one here does have standard cut lands and grooves, so you can use lead ammunition. Where the gas port is, you would have a very, very slim chance of having that get clogged up by any kind of lead fouling. But of course, any of these quality guns, I would recommend that you use a jacketed ammunition in as well. So again, looking at the slide here, and you can see your piston chamber there, and right at that edge of that chamber, piston chamber was where the gas impedes up against to keep it pushed forward. You do have a firing pin safety, which is very, very important. It is basically a striker fire type weapon. And you can look at the polymer here, and you can see it's very, very well made. All the parts are very well coated. I particularly did not have an issue taking this thing apart, but people did. So you do have a Gen 2, which utilizes a new system where you don't have to use any kind of a tool. So for reassembly, we're going to put the spring back on. We're going to insert the spring back into the striker. Insert that in like so. Now we're going to make sure we have the tool. Now we're going to have to make sure we have this in the right position with the lever pointed up. Yeah, I'm looking at about 5.5 pounds. It's a very easy trigger. I had no problem even with my big fingers with it re-engaging. But again, I didn't particularly have the problem with the disassembly process, but others may. Just so you all can see what the tool looks like, this is the tool that comes with it. So you don't have to have this particular tool that I have that just pushes in like so. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take this to the range and we're going to see how it shoots. Overall, I thought this was a very nice pistol. It shot very well. It was very reliable. The ammunition I used in it was all full metal jacket, and I had some hollow points in it as well. If you're looking for a very nice shooter that's going to give you some good recoil, it's not going to snap at you, but it's going to push back at you. It's stainless steel, so you're not going to have any issues with it rusting on you. This is certainly one worth looking at. But you will see now the M2 version with the easier to remove, which is easier for disassembly. So I hope you all like this video. If you do, please click like, please subscribe, even better share, and consider donating on our Patreon. Thank you.